Yes, like I said, we bring in the top tips all the way through this morning, and I'm not going to do it alone. Carlitos is going to be joining me for this one, but let me plug you, Mzansi, because like I said, we're serving you with everything, especially as we head into the weekend. Remember, there's a cold front coming through, so these warm, hearty meals are perfect for you. So if you love comfort food, this is, like I said, definitely for you. We're baking creamy basil pesto gnocchi. It's soft, pillowy gnocchi in a rich, creamy pesto sauce. This is winter heartiness at its finest. This is honestly the ultimate cozy dish for any night of the week and is guaranteed to warm your soul and satisfy your cravings for a good Italian-inspired dish. So, Italian Carlitos.
Yes, of
Let's
course.
do it, brother.
I'm ready for you. This dish is guaranteed to be a knockout, and that's why we're doing it together. Here it comes. So, first and foremost, we need something creamy. We need something that's going to be the staple of this because it's going to bake. So, we need something like, we got some milk.
Bum, bum,
Right.
bum. Yes.
So first and foremost, you're going to go. Are you going to go in that basil pesto?
Crazy as it is, no oil or anything in the pot right now, but we're popping in some basil pesto. Let me just get that in there, and once that's in there, some salt and pepper. But do not forget the creaminess that Carlitos just spoke about coming through from the one and only. We're talking about Clover's Heritage Fresh Milk Pack here, which is something that we're using in this recipe. And you're not only getting a great product, but you're also helping community projects. And that's with 20 cents donated per purchase from Clover.
Wow.
So this is the perfect reason to get some milk for the weekend or the week or the month or for the rest of the year. Now, obviously, using fresh milk in this recipe brings a wonderful richness to the sauce by not only enhancing the creaminess of the sauce, but also balancing the flavors perfectly. Like we said, we've got basil pesto in here. It can be a bit overwhelming, and I think that's why the creaminess of the milk is really going to balance it out like we just
So you know what you're doing now? You're getting the reduction process going. So because the milk has such a beautiful, rich and creamy texture, you are now slowly but surely taking some of the moisture out of it. So it's becoming cream-like, so that when it interacts with the gnocchi in the oven, when you put that in later, what's going to happen is it's going to bind together, but then the mouthfeel is going to be beautiful and velvety. That's what we're trying to do with the gnocchi. So you are literally starting the process of, it is a science to it. You're starting it, so that's why. So if you look at what if you just tilt that forward a bit,
the camera can see
really
this right now.
beautiful.
Check it out. Wow.
See that? So that's why, and we reduce that down. And while you're doing that, I want seasoning. So I'm going to do, if you haven't put salt and pepper in already, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, put in. I'll pop in a little bit more, but I have some. I think this one's kind of to taste, but bro, like I said, I haven't even got this fully absorbed yet, but it smells so good. You can see how that creaminess is just going to lend to an absolute magic sensation, but oh man. If I could just share smells on TV, it's the one sense we're missing, man. Come on. But listen, Mzansi, this is giving you every reason to do this yourself. But let us finish this just to give you every reason to do exactly that.
So we're going to try and go top to bottom. So what I want is ideally in this recipe, I want you to reduce that down just a little bit. The viscosity of the milk's going to change a little bit. It's going to be a little creamier. Once you get that particular texture, then that's ready for it. So let's prep. So what we've got here, we've got this amazing baking dish. And what we've done, we've actually given it a bit of a spray first, just to make sure that whatever we have in that oven's going to come out beautifully. Now, what I love to do...
Sorry, drop. I think another thing that's really important about it is that when you are oiling up your dishes,
you
don't get frustrated by the fact that when you dive in for a serving, the bowl steals half of your half of your contents. So that's a great tip there. Sorry to interrupt you, bro.
What I like, no, not at all. What I like to do is before I layer anything, like any good layering of pasta or Italian dishes, I like to put a layer of my tomato on the bottom. Why? Because when tomato interacts with heat, it gets sticky and it sweetens a lot, so that the base of this already has some rich flavor. So that's why I like my platform to be the tomato first.
Wow, I love the kitchen so much because we don't just cook here, we also get science lessons, bio, nutrition. Wow, is it gonna be a pop quiz after this?
There might be, I'm gonna test you.
Okay.
I am. And then we've got our gnocchi, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop our gnocchi in, we're gonna spread it out all over, and remember, when you're ready with that, we're gonna pour that all over and get it ready for our oven. So the gnocchi goes in.
This is incredible because this is obviously, like we said, we've got these sort of pillowy gnocchi pieces here that, in my opinion, absorb all the goodness. And if you're thinking about that right now, we've got, like you just mentioned, your tomato. We've got this beautiful reduction coming through here. It's starting to look and smell incredible. So my only thing is that I don't think that we put enough of this. We need to make like a bigger batch. So I would suggest to you, Mzansi, and I'm just going to show you how this is really coming together. It's almost at a boil. You might not want to make it that hot, but it is reducing nonetheless. So I'm getting a bit of a thicker texture to this already. And again, like if I was to
There we
talk
go.
about senses, the smells right now, a perfect balance of pesto and cream and
okay.
richness.
Brother, I think we're there.
If I was to picture this in an emotion, it would be like, I think sliding down a green, gooey, like
love
goodness. I don't even know. I can't have the words for this. I'm sorry.
This
You're
is
just going to
great.
have to make this at home yourself.
So now, obviously, you've got that saucepan which has the lip so you can pour it in. I want you to
Yes.
go direct over, and I want you to really just
Let's go camera side. So they
please do it. So, and
Right,
then
so
I
get
want you to
this
go
close.
and spread it out evenly across everything. So you see, and naturally, I mean, it's Italian, right? So you've
It
got
is.
those colors. You've got those rich greens, rich reds coming through as well. And then you've got that perfectly cooked gnocchi, which will continue to cook over here. So, and this is what we have. So what we're going to do is, like any good, you want to balance it out. And then we want to finish it properly, right?
I could eat that right now, and it's not even done.
I'm going to go seasoning.
Yeah, nice.
You want to get some more seasoning over there, maybe just a touch more salt as we go over. And then we've got some Parmesan, and we want to be liberal
Okay.
with our Parmesan.
Is that kind of like,
Like
gonna,
you
you reckon, like crisp up at the end and give you that
well,
sort
that's
of
exactly what
texture?
you want, but I'm just saying from a height, you want to make sure it's spread evenly. So I like to, from a height, spread my Parmesan over like that because you don't want anything to stodge. You want it to be balanced, especially when it comes into the oven, and that is what's going to happen. And what you want to do that, you want to make sure that you got some basil ready, actually fresh basil, so you can finish it after. But what I want you to see is, can you see how the Parmesan is now coating the sauce, almost creating that layer of
is
creaminess.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to go 15 to 20 for 180, and you are good to go, my friend. You are serving up for the family, and you are ready to do that. And don't forget, when it's hot afterwards, if you think there's not enough Parmesan, there's probably not. Put in some more.
Absolutely
And then dress.
brilliant. Guys,
Perfect.
this is what it's about. ExpressoShow.com if you want this recipe, and trust me, you do, because just based on the smells alone, no one's going to hate this. Everybody's going to be absolutely ecstatic by the fact that you made this for them. Maybe we'll tuck into that and actually talk to
feel like
Mzansi
we
about how
should.
good it is. It's a little bit hot now. We still got to put it in the oven, but
Yep.
this is what it's about. We got flavors, we got science lessons, we got fun in the kitchen, and maybe you can make this with your family and make a memory out of it. I'm just here for the fact that that came out perfectly, bro.
I told you this earlier, it's a knocker. That's why it's called Gnocchi Balboa. ExpressoShow.com, grab the recipe.